All right, it's time for another album review. This time is legendary thrash band Overkill's newest album, The Grinding Wheel. Now, before I begin, I just would like to say thanks and praise to all of the gods of heavy metal of the universe. It is the greatest form of musical expression known to man. It is better than your favorite music, metal supremacy for fucking ever. That being said, yeah, I was not. I can't say that I've been a big and long time fan of Overkill, as you know, because not like in the same manner I would say, Judas Priest or Iron Maiden, which I've listened to for frickin' since the '80s. I was not sure what I was gonna get. I figured it was with this album. I figured it was gonna be good, but there's good and there's amazing. And I'm happy to say that this album is amazingly brutal, in the thrash sense. Heavier. It's kind of like they went back. You went back into the '80s, got the essence of thrash, and then just gave it more balls and just more punch. Kind of more of the more, I don't know, modern guitar sound, as far as how heavy. And yeah, dude, this is this is unrelentingly badass. I thought the Creator album was long. This thing is clocking in over an hour for 11 tracks. It's like an hour, just under an hour and 5 minutes for a thrash album. I mean, yeah, usually, maybe Metallica back in the day was going this long, but yeah, I'm not used to 6-7 minute long thrash songs. As being from some of the more well-known bands. Usually you're looking the 4 to 5 minute range, or 3 to 4 minutes for some songs. And like with all thrash, and not, I can't say, I don't want to say mainstream, but more of the I guess orthodox type thrash bands that have become popular. They can get formulaic. You get a lot of songs where you got a riff and then you got a chorus, and that stuff just go, you got that, and then it just kind of repeats, and you get the chorus ad nauseum, and then kind of they're kind of your obligatory guitar solo, and and rinse and repeat. I call it the Iron Maiden syndrome. Doesn't mean the music's bad. It means it's not really offering anything fresh and new. And whereas with Creator, they've kind of reinvented themselves in a way. I can't say the same thing for Overkill, because I need to go look at their back catalog. But just for the album itself, it's just riff heaven, brutal, just catchy as hell, just pounding. It's just like a sledgehammer, pounding. It's like a steamroller, just a 18-wheeler just flying down the highway, with supercharged nitrous oxide, and just skull and bones on the front of the grill, just saying, "Get the fuck out of my way! I'm gonna run you down." It's awesome. Yeah, this, if you are a gym goer, and you've got to have something that really just gets you up and going in the gym when you're pumping iron. This track, or this this album is going to be, it's going to be a go-to. I mean, you can just start to finish. Don't need to, I mean, I usually pick out certain songs that I think stand out amongst it, but it takes a level of quality, and it just stays right there. That just total epicness, total just heavy, catchy, and thrashy. The vocals, Bobby Blitz's vocals are spot on. Yeah, I mean, Mean Green Killing Machine, the first track, I posted that on my minds.com channel as a kind of a preview to the review. And if that doesn't sell you on the album, nothing will. I mean, I imagine the title, I wouldn't be surprised if people start using it as a theme song for the Incredible Hulk or something, but I think it more has to do with the band and their logo and their mascot and stuff. But yeah, Overkill. I really what I noticed about a lot of thrash bands from the '80s, kind of bands like Destruction as well, is that they come back in this more modern era, and they increase the intensity, and they increase the power, and the viciousness, and the heaviness of their music in a direction that's really revitalizing. I mean, if I went to a concert that was an hour long, and I'm sure I mean, this is like the 18th album from Overkill. Holy shit, they've been doing this for almost 40 years. I think 1982 is when they debuted. Yeah, and if I'm sure there's plenty of favorites and classics, and I'm sure I'll discover those when I go back through and start looking at their catalog from beginning to now. But yeah, I mean, I would pay, I'd pay to go and just be front row for them to just play this album from beginning to end, and that's it. And the pit would be nuts. Yeah, the pit would be fucking crazy. All the songs are just like, kick ass and take names type of songs. Our Finest Hour is great. Let's All Go to Hades is great. Come Heavy, Red, White, and Blue. There's, like I said, there's no real song that really kind of wavers in quality from the rest. So yeah, I mean, I played this about 3 times before I did the review. So 3 hours worth of back to back to back. And it's up with Creator, man. Thrash is looking good in 2017. And I'm gonna check out the new Annihilator album next. And I'll go ahead and do a review of that, and maybe in a couple days or so, and continue to start looking out and seeing what's coming out this year as it gets released. I know the new Immolation album is out or is about to be released, so I'm going to get a hold of that. I imagine it's going to be sick as well. And yeah, I'm not sure if any other thrash bands are coming out, but I imagine, I'm just going to go out on a whim, and Annihilator being another band that I'm not super familiar with. I remember Alice in Hell, and some of those earlier stuff. I know it was pretty good, but I can't say that I'm familiar with their catalog as a whole. But I'm gonna be optimistic, and I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be pretty kick-ass too. But yeah, do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of this album, and you're not gonna regret it. The shit just kills. It's just unrelenting. For an hour, it's I used to, I always listen to some of the old Marduk albums, or like Panzer Division Marduk. It's just kind of like in your face, and it doesn't let go. There are, this obviously isn't black metal, but it does have that same intensity and pace to it. There are some little bit, quieter interludes and more punky type of feel to it, but it is unrelenting. And yeah, so Overkill, the Grinding Wheel, which I believe in an interview or a little snippet, they said it was kind of the name of the album was kind of reflecting on how long they've been in the business. Plus, kind of going back to the Judas Priest song Grinder, which kind of a thematic representation as well. Because, yeah, Grinder is about, kind of, the album or the song from Judas Priest is, it's just like, let, the world send whatever it can at me, and I'm going to weather the storm, and I'm going to, be the one that has the last laugh, and I'm going to persevere and survive. So yeah, it's a testament, man. These bands are, like they're just still marching forward, putting out great music. I have much respect for all of these guys, because in our world where, the only way you can really, it seems like you can get published or not published or recorded and produced and marketed is if you're just this pop plastic generic shit. And I'm glad that metal and the spirit of heavy metal is, so strong. It's never going to be defeated. The flame of heavy metal will never be extinguished. Never be extinguished. It reigns supreme above all, because it is the greatest musical genre that has ever come to be and ever will come to be. I don't care who you are. And as a whole and encompassing genre, metal is supreme. So hail metal, hail the gods of metal. Hail all the metal fans out there, and pick this album up, man. You're going to be thrashing, going crazy, banging your head the second that first song starts. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Be back with another album review. Till then, take it easy.